Hey, what's good? It's Marshall Masters the fourth here. I just wanted to make a video today about women and address the whole subject and topic of the matter of how they want and expect any man who gets with them to have confidence and self-esteem, being probably the two most important traits when it comes to what a girl, especially a really just hot as fuck girl, would want, regardless of her race, when it would come to any guy who would try to get with her, want to date her, whatever. And what I find interesting about girls who really expect and demand and want a guy to have those traits is that the thing is, if a guy does have those traits, and I'm not saying that those are bad or anything, or aren't important or wonderful, if you're a guy and you have those traits, and if for the rare occasion you're even born with them, or if you were lucky enough as a guy to be taught those things by your father growing up since you were a little kid, and he helped you develop those traits or whatever, is guys who have that are also very boastful and prideful of them, and they're not going to be loyal and faithful to girls. And I'm not saying all of them won't, but the better half of them, or the better majority of them, probably won't. And I say that because if a guy knows he has confidence and self-esteem, which really actually do help and benefit any man in so many fucking ways in their life, they'll know that their options aren't limited, and that they'll just literally have pretty much limitless or unlimited amounts of just opportunities when it comes to a woman that they'll want to get with, and that they won't just want to be with just one woman. They won't want to just be tied down to one certain specific woman. They'll want to have options, and they'll want to just have woman after woman after woman after woman. And what I'm speaking here is facts, because this shit starts in high school. Out of any fucking place, it's so very common, is without a fucking doubt high school. And you have guys who are confident in self-esteem, who are able to just with no hassle, no problem, no issue whatsoever, go up to any fucking girl that they desire and swoop her off her feet by saying things that she'll believe, even though he's deceiving her and tricking her. Like when he says stuff like, she's the most beautiful girl in the world, and that I want you to have my babies and you're the only girl I like, and I want to live with you for the rest of my life, and you're just the most gorgeous, most beautiful girl, way more than any other girl that I've seen, and I would never do anything to hurt you. I don't know, things like that, and so on and so forth, that they'll say to make the girl fall for it and make her start just being all gushy and mushy on the inside, and just start blushing and get all I don't know, luscious over the guy telling her that, when in reality, deep down inside, that guy only wants to have sex. That's all he really wants. He wants sex, nothing more. Sex and maybe pleasure. Pleasurable sex acts or whatever. And if he gets bored of that girl, he'll cheat on her. Or he'll dump her and break her heart and just go to another girl. And if the other girl he gets with makes him bored to death and he's annoyed with her, he'll go to the next one and the next one and the next one. And guys who have confidence and self-esteem, it's just an all-around absolute fact that they leave, especially in high school, a breadcrumb trail of girls with broken hearts. And that's why I don't get why girls, especially when, again, it comes to really just smoking hot girls who are just super sexy, want and expect a guy who has self-esteem and confidence, because it's not like those girls don't want a guy who's going to be loyal and faithful. Of course they're going to want that out of a guy too. That's also very important. And the same could be said for guys. Guys want a girl who's going to be loyal and faithful, because they don't want to ever have to worry about a girl cheating on them or anything like that, along the lines of that. It goes both ways for both genders. And yet, if the sad truth is, if you get with someone who's confident and has self-esteem, they're going to be more capable of cheating on you and breaking your heart, because they'll be more outgoing and they'll have like more group of friends and more people will like them and they'll be popular and a whole bunch of other shit, and their options will be just unlimited. I mean, seriously, they'll be unlimited. Like, if a girl were to say get with a shy guy, there would be a lot less likely of a chance of a shy guy ever cheating on his girl, because if he doesn't have self-esteem and confidence that well, it would be a lot more hard for him to cheat on his girl. That is, only if he wanted to. But when it comes to a lot of shy guys, one interesting thing about them is, upon going to high school, like right when they go to high school, shy guys are already thinking about marriage. They're already thinking about being a father and what girl they have a crush on that they want to get with, that they want so badly to marry and start a family with. And they're also thinking about like providing for a family and whatnot, and just a whole bunch of other shit. I mean, honestly, I'm not even kidding. When it comes to shy guys, now maybe not all of them, but I feel like a lot of them, at least myself anyways, I was shy as hell in high school. And yeah, upon going to high school, I was already thinking about like getting married. And I was only 15 when I first started going to high school, all the way back in 2012. And I was already thinking about like being a father, getting my driver's license, possibly getting a car, getting a job, and a whole bunch of other shit. I was already thinking about all this shit, including like getting a girlfriend and hopefully therefore a wife to start a family with and whatnot. Even though I was shy, I was already thinking about all of these things in advance upon going to high school, or even before going to high school, as a matter of fact. And obviously I never got any girlfriend in high school because I wasn't confident and I did not have self-esteem. I wasn't outgoing. I wasn't popular. I had plenty of friends, but they were fake to begin with and they were pieces of shit. But I didn't have those two very important traits when it comes to being a guy and wanting to get with a girl, especially a really hot girl, as obviously I wanted to. And same thing when it comes to really any shy guy. Even shy guys, I mean, even guys who are incels want a super just babe of a girl. And you know, one thing that I think is interesting is when it comes to incels, a lot of them are very confused and don't know why. They'll see like girls out in public or whatever, or wherever, and they'll be with a guy who's ugly and just hideous and disgusting looking, and they'll be holding hands with that guy, possibly making out with him and hugging him and a whole bunch of other shit. And you know, there are actually quite a bit of incels who are actually pretty handsome, And I've seen videos on YouTube of guys admitting, like publicly, of course, because this platform is a public platform. Any video you make, people are going to see it all over the world. And there are so many videos on YouTube about the topic of incels, but even so many videos of incels admitting publicly in videos that they're incels, and why they're incels, and why they never had a girlfriend, and a whole bunch of other shit. And a lot of them, like I said, are really good looking and attractive and handsome, and yet the reason they don't have a girlfriend is because they didn't have the two most important traits when it comes to getting with a girl, being that of confidence and self-esteem. Because I would say, when it comes to really any girl of any race, especially a really gorgeous, beautiful girl of any race, of course they want a guy who's going to be handsome and really good looking and attractive, but even more than that, they're going to want and expect and also demand a guy to have confidence and self-esteem. Like, I feel like that is even way more important when it comes to a girl who's at that level of attractiveness than just simply a guy who's handsome. Because there could be a guy who's super damn handsome, but because he's shy, because he's secluded and isolated, and he's like a basement dweller or a nerd and a geek, and he just plays video games, and I don't know, and he has like no confidence, no self-esteem, he's not outgoing, he doesn't know how to talk to girls, he doesn't know how to act around them, he doesn't know how to be around them, because he was never taught those important things by his father. And that's why it's really up to the father to try to help better his son, and to help his son become more manly. And one of the most important things that any and all fathers should do for their sons, the best possible things that they could do for their sons, any son they have, as long as they're a dad who actually doesn't abandon their kids, is teach their sons the really great traits of confidence and self-esteem, and help their sons develop those traits over a period of time since they're little kids, so that by the time they're teenagers, they have no problem or issue talking to any girl that they want, any girl that they like, of any race or whatever, and be all smooth and whatnot, and just go up to her and talk to her and say as little stuff as you can, like keep it short, and then just walk away and hope that she comes back to you later in the day and I don't know, goes out with you or whatever. But it's funny because there are actually lots of ugly guys, lots of fucking ugly ass guys, like, no offense or anything to them, who have really sexy girlfriends or wives. And why? Because they have confidence and self-esteem. So even if the girl's like way out of that guy's league, at least that's definitely how it looks and seems, because he has confidence and self-esteem, that girl will give that guy a chance. Even if he's fat, even if he smells bad, even if he's ugly or anything like that. If he has confidence and self-esteem, then he's sold. He's good, pretty much. I mean, obviously, later on down the road, his girlfriend or wife will probably try to encourage him to, like, lose weight and to have better hygiene or something. But, I mean, again, the most important traits, like I said, are confidence and self-esteem. But, you know, I don't get that. And that's why I'm making this video. I don't get that, honestly. I'm just saying it how I feel. Because, let's say you're a girl and you're a wife to some guy and he has confidence and self-esteem, chances are he's probably going to cheat on you. He's probably going to get sick and tired of you. He's probably going to get bored of you sooner or later, sometime down the line. And if that does happen and end up being the case, he'll definitely cheat on you without you even knowing and realizing, and he'll of course keep crawling back to you so that you will simply, I don't know, provide for him or something and take care of him and like do nice things for him while he's treating you like dog shit and like a fucking doormat or something. And I mean, because here's the thing, like I've said earlier in this video, if you're a guy who has confidence and self-esteem and you know that you have those traits and you know just how much, especially as a guy, they benefit you and help you through your life, your options are going to be unlimited when it comes to any and all girls that you could possibly get with. If you know just the right things to say at the right time, at the right moment, at the right place, you'll just have just tons of sex, tons of intercourse, and also ruin, destroy, and break the hearts of so many women that you were not loyal and faithful to, that you simply just wanted to have sex with and to have fun with and to have pleasure with and all that other shit. But if you're a woman who has a boyfriend or a husband who's shy, chances are less likely that he's going to cheat on you and that he's going to break your heart, because it would be a lot more harder and more difficult for a guy who's shy and who's like very secluded and isolated and distant from most people and who really just doesn't fit in and belong to any place of society or any group of people or whatever, to cheat on his girlfriend or his wife. And that's of course only if he wants to. But when it comes to a guy who's shy, I'm just gonna say how I feel. I feel like guys who are shy in the long run would be way more loyal and faithful to their girlfriend or their wife in the long run than a guy who has confidence and self-esteem and who's very proud of himself and just very boastful and just think he's such a big hot shot and better than everyone else because he has such wonderful traits that make him such a ladies' man, and everybody likes him and he has lots of friends and he's popular and whatnot. I mean, a guy who's shy isn't going to have that in his life. And that's why I feel personally deep down inside that a guy who's shy in the long run is probably not going to cheat on his girlfriend or wife. It's not in the nature of a shy guy to do something like that, to do something so shallow and so low and so cold and cruel and abusive like that, instead of when it comes to a guy who's confident in self and who has self-esteem. Guys like that are way more likely to put their girlfriends or their wives through just hell, emotionally and mentally, and perhaps physically too. And that's why I don't know why girls keep going for those kinds of guys. Because if they keep on choosing to do that, they're just going to keep having their hearts broken over and over and over and over again. And if that's the way they want it, then by all means, keep going for guys who are confident and have self-esteem. Keep having your heart broken. Keep having your life ruined and destroyed in every possible way that you could imagine. Because you, as the girl, don't ever give guys who are shy a chance. and you think guys who are shy are freaks, creeps, perverts, and just all around weirdos. And you know, when it comes to girls, especially starting in high school, but I would even say earlier than high school, they really love to put down, mock, make fun of, ridicule, judge, harass, bash, bully, and just really, really hurt guys who are shy. And it only makes guys who are shy feel even worse about themselves already than they do, or even more than they already do. And it will make shy guys feel even more insecure than they ever did before. And then it will make them feel even more hopeless and more worthless and whatnot if they're picked on by women that they of course want to get with and they want to be with and marry, especially when one of the most and main purposes for men being created, being made, and being born and brought into this earth is to procreate, is to reproduce, and to get with a girl and get with a mate and obviously make babies, make family, and reproduce and procreate and all that other shit. So when a guy is unable to do that for whatever reason, he'd probably be better off dead, because then he has no meaning in life and no purpose. I mean, that is like literally one of the most and main important purposes and reasons for a guy being alive, and that goes for any and all guys who are alive, to be and get with a woman, someone of the opposite gender, and to make a family, and to keep reproducing and procreating and all that other good shit. But girls will always want guys who are confident and have self-esteem. So I just wanted to make that video, and let me know what you all think in the comment section below. I'm out.